Welcome to Just Gist TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time to do so because today's gist is not what many people want to hear. This is the conversation fans avoid, critics whisper about, and nobody wants to fully admit. Stay with us. For months now, the names Maurice Sam, Sonia Uche, Wats, and Brian Okwara have dominated online conversations in a way that feels repetitive, emotional, and strangely predictable. Every few weeks, a new twist emerges. A new statement. A new silence. A new emotional reaction. And each time, the internet erupts again. Fans argue. Critics drag. Content circulates. Then suddenly, everything goes quiet until the next trigger. What many people are now beginning to question is not whether these individuals are talented or deserving of attention, but whether the entire cycle itself has quietly turned into something else. Something emotional. Something manipulative. Something that thrives on fan loyalty without ever offering clarity. This is the fanbase scam nobody wants to admit. Not a financial scam. Not an illegal act. But an emotional one. Maurice Sam's name is often at the center of these storms. Whenever rumors about relationships surface, his responses tend to be carefully chosen. Rarely direct. Often reflective. Sometimes emotional, but almost never conclusive. Fans read between the lines, hoping for confirmation. Critics accuse him of intentional ambiguity. Each vague statement keeps the conversation alive. Instead of shutting down speculation, it fuels it. Sonia Uche, on the other hand, plays a different role. Her silence has become her signature. She rarely responds to rumors, avoids direct engagement, and maintains a composed public image. To her supporters, this is strength. To critics, it is strategic. To neutral observers, it is simply effective. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates obsession. Wats adds another emotional layer entirely. Her reactions, alleged breakdowns, emotional statements, and visible vulnerability draw sympathy from fans and criticism from others. Each time her name trends, supporters rally around her while critics question motives and timing. Then there is Brian Okwara. Often appearing as the calm defender, the protector, the voice of reason, his involvement tends to shift narratives dramatically. When he speaks, fans feel reassured. When he stays silent, speculation multiplies. His presence alone has the power to validate or destabilize rumors. Individually, these actions may seem harmless. Together, they form a pattern. A pattern where fans are emotionally invested without ever receiving truth or closure. Subscribe to Just Gist TV now because this is where we break it down without fear. Every cycle follows the same structure. A rumor emerges. Silence follows. A vague response appears. Fans react emotionally. Critics clash with supporters. Engagement skyrockets. Then silence again. This cycle keeps fans emotionally attached. They defend. They argue. They choose sides. They feel personally involved. Some fans genuinely believe they are protecting their favorite celebrities from injustice. Others feel betrayed when narratives shift. And yet, no one ever fully confirms or denies anything. That is the emotional scam. Fans give loyalty, time, emotional energy, and sometimes mental peace, while receiving speculation in return. Maurice Sam's emotional quotes often sound deep, introspective, and personal, yet they rarely clarify anything. This allows different fan groups to interpret his words in ways that suit their narrative. Sonia Uche's silence allows both supporters and critics to project intentions onto her. Wats' emotional responses invite sympathy and judgment simultaneously. Brian Okwara's protective stance gives fans a sense of moral grounding. Everyone plays a role. And the audience pays the price emotionally. Critics argue that this pattern is intentional. They believe that sustained ambiguity keeps relevance alive. That constant emotional tension ensures trending topics, increased views, and endless conversation. Supporters push back, insisting that celebrities are human beings navigating personal issues under public pressure. Both arguments can exist at once. But what cannot be denied is that fans are kept in a constant state of emotional suspense. Some fans now admit feeling exhausted. Exhausted from defending people who never clarify. Exhausted from fighting online strangers over rumors that may not even be real. Exhausted from emotional investment without reward. Others remain deeply loyal, insisting that questioning the cycle is betrayal. This is where the fanbase becomes trapped. Loyalty turns into obligation. Curiosity turns into obsession. Support turns into emotional labor. And still, no truth arrives. Halfway through this video, let us ask the hard question. Who really benefits from this confusion? Certainly not the fans who lose sleep arguing online. Certainly not the viewers who feel emotionally manipulated. The only constant winners are relevance and engagement. Critics point out that whenever interest begins to fade, a new trigger conveniently appears. A statement. A post. A reaction. Something just enough to reignite discussion without ending it. Supporters argue that this is coincidence. That fame magnifies normal human behavior. That celebrities are not responsible for how fans interpret silence. But at what point does silence become strategy? At what point does emotional ambiguity become exploitation? Watts supporters feel she has been emotionally used. Sonia Uche's fans believe she has been unfairly dragged. Maurice Sam's fans insist he is misunderstood. Brian Okwara's supporters view him as a protector. Everyone feels justified. And that is the brilliance of the cycle. No one feels wrong. Everyone feels emotional. Yet nothing is resolved. This is why critics call it a scam nobody wants to admit. Not because money changes hands. But because emotional investment is harvested without accountability. Fans defend harder. Critics attack louder. Creators gain more views. And the story never ends. As this drama continues into 2026, more fans are beginning to demand clarity. They are asking for boundaries. They are questioning whether they should continue investing emotionally in narratives that never conclude. Some fans have already stepped back. Others are still deeply involved. What happens next depends on whether these public figures choose transparency over ambiguity. Whether they value peace over relevance. Whether they acknowledge the emotional toll on their supporters. Until then, the cycle remains intact. And fans must decide whether to stay inside it or walk away. This is Just Gist TV, where we say what others avoid. If you made it this far, subscribe now and turn on notifications because this conversation is far from over. Like, share, and comment responsibly. We will continue to bring you the real conversations behind Nollywood's loudest silences.